Hi Leos, how are you in July? We're going to have a look at the astrological system, 12 areas of your life. So what do Leos need to know this July? What do Leos need to know in July? Alrighty. Right, house 1, 2, 3. And an overall influence card, which you've got the lovers, So for Leos at the moment, we're going to have a look at the choices that you make during July. So for some of you, it's an easy choice to choose love. But for the others, is it to choose going away from love? But also choices can mean many things on different levels. So we'll just use that card with each of the houses. So Leos, at the beginning of the month, you will have the Magician. So you'll find that you can create anything that you want. The magic will happen now. So finding the choice to put in an area of what you do want, you can add spice and magic, but also you have all the ability. It's like you're suddenly learning new things. So the new things that you are or will can determine where you're going to go. So it's quite an exciting time for you. You may find yourself choosing to be more physical this month. So let's have a look what else is going on. So in house 2, this is what you value. Wow. So you have the 10 of Cups. So valuing emotionally is interesting, isn't it? Because all these cards are so fantastic. It's like, what could possibly go wrong? But with this card, you have the fulfillment, and this is what you value. So creating more of and maintaining it is always harder when you've achieved it. So this is where the choice will lie. Are we putting the effort in? Are we keeping the magic alive within our own home, within our own person? So it has to be a balance of male and female energy to actually do that. So if you feel the choice to go more on a feminine aspect or more on a yang, very yang aspect, then this is okay as long as this is still in place. So we'll have a look at the communication side. It gets better and better for you guys. We all want to be Leo. So how you communicate is extremely positive. It's like nothing can go wrong. You've laid bare exactly what you do want in perhaps a lot of areas of your life now. But if you still need to tip the balance slightly, there will be a breakthrough. You can create this whole happy feeling, and you can choose to actually still stay in that mode. For some of you, there is new growth. There is new growth after here. It's like you've achieved this before and you want it again. So with the beginning of the whole cycle here, you'll want to maintain looking after the love aspect. I choose love, I want love, I know I'm going to be very happy in that aspect. So here in the home life is another choice card. So you're going to choose whether to pay attention to a different area. Maybe you feel that your home life is so good now and that's nicely taken care of. I'm going to choose something else, a career perhaps, or new learning. But for some of you, there is a choice to start again in a marriage, in a fantastic community. So for some of you, there might be still a shadow of a doubt what is going on surrounding your home. and this is why you have the choice card. There is definitely a choice for Leos at the moment, whether you're putting your energy in maintaining that goodness or putting your energy in choosing where else can you go. So the ability to do that is quite strong, but paying attention to your emotions is very, very important. Here in house 5, we've got the child, inner child and children. So here, maybe some of you have already got children, and this is a very important aspect. Some of you I feel are going to be single dads out there, and this is the connection. This is perhaps why for some of you that this aspect is very important, and you want that stable, reliable home life, and this is why you've got to choose, am I going to break away or am I going to stay? So as you can see, this choice of the matter is really strong. So for some of you, you will choose to have more children. Blessings in disguise, so have a look out for that. But for those of us who haven't quite got this, and they've had this in the past perhaps, but not so much, then having a look at the new aspect of children and home life is going to be really interesting because of the choice matter. Sometimes this choice is to go, for some of you, just, you know, it's going to be, do I choose my away from the home? So the illusion of the home life could be that someone is breaking through their own sexuality, just changing, if you get my drift. So it is a choice there, a new way of looking at that. What was my childhood like? I need to break away from that. It was a bit of an illusion and I need the choice. But remember, you can create anything that you want now. Anything is possible. So for some of you, that is an aspect. Right, Leos, in the 6th house, we've got work and everyday aspects. This shows that you've got new romance or a very gentle way of looking at life, crossing newer emotions, and this is where you'll see the Lovers card. Now for some of you it is new romance. You've communicated and valued this aspect so much that you can communicate that you're more than ready for a new romance. Equally, it's about work. What am I working on? Well, obviously some of you are working on the new romance level, which is fine. But for some of you, you are choosing to actually break away from the work. So this is why these aspects here within your home, can I support myself if I start again on a new adventure? And if we go back to who you are in July, the answer is yes. Yes, you can. Because here you value yourself so much here in July that you communicate the happiness and the breakthrough. If we go back to saying about breakthrough, this newness within your everyday life will be okay. This is a positive card. This is taking action to satisfy you emotionally, taking the choice to do that or not. Wow, it's looking great. So here in the 7th house is all about partnerships and relationships. So you've got here the Page of Swords. Now then, new decisions about what is going on in the home life. Like I've said, for some of you, that breaking away from how you have been into a different way of thinking, of being, is definitely there. So the thought process of doing things like that is new. So again, I think you're going to connect to your childhood and see what decisions and thought processes are going there. But if you go back to here and say, I have the ability, I have my own destiny to choose what I want to do. When other people are giving me different opinions, then I need to fight that. I need to show, if you are with a marriage partner or something like that, you need to kind of tell them what is going on, because you need to say to them, I value an emotional satisfaction home. I like the security of that. So it is important to express new views to your partners. Do you understand? So it's being in charge in a gentle way though, here, because it's not full force, it's just new ideas and things like that. And you can see that here, can't you? So everything's slightly new. We are starting to really see what's going on. But for some of you else, in your relationship, there might be a child. Maybe some of you have got a partner who's just got another child. So taking on board a new child can be a challenge when it's not your own, or even if it is your own, especially if it's your own. Then having a little bit more patience and choosing how that balance between emotionally and taking sort of the side of that child, because some of you have got older children, teenagers particularly, and what they're trying to communicate to you may tip the balance of your partner. So that's interesting. Right, let's move. That's got a bit heavy down there. Right, 8th house, transformation, new money, things like that. This is good, isn't it? 3 of Cups. 3 of Cups is a celebration time. So maybe you are getting fulfilled in such a way of this new job that's coming in that everything's just overflowing and there's a lot of celebration. But again, I do have to remind a lot of you, it's down to choice. This is big choice. This is little choice. This is, you can celebrate on a lot of aspects. So how you're transforming and what is going by the by is good. You can actually celebrate for that. It's more of an emotional thing, because here in the possessions and value, what you value is your heart in July so much. So paying attention to that might be interesting. Number 9. This is to do with travelling and religion. There seems to be a little bit of sorting out here. So maybe the conflict with what I've touched on, and some of you will understand what that is, maybe it is against people's religions, need to be sorting out what aspects need to be broken away from. For some of you, travel is going to be difficult, even though you want to. But for most of us, it might be just discussions around religion, politics and things like that. Nothing serious for Leos in July. Right, your reputation, Leo, as if you need to be told. This is how people see you, and career and reputation. Well, here we go again. Well, not again, but you can clearly see here that you're moving away. So this new beginning in career and job might give you more satisfaction and more happiness if you did so. So the choice to move jobs, the choice to move career, and how you see yourself is on the cards. And it's like, how mentally are you moving through that? We do need a good one here, because there is help to do that, and we have to remind ourselves right from the beginning here with the Magician that you have the ability to think and get clarity in that situation. So it is very much tied here with the Page of Swords. So it's important that partner is on board or not, and then you have to move away from that. So it's very much here and here about how you see it as morally. What is morally going on for yourself that you have to move away from? Because there is a stance here that you are moving away from that. I'm going to see how good your friends are around you. So here we have the Hanged Man in the friends area. So sacrifices perhaps do have to be made. However, they can show you, or you can adopt the stance of being alone to decide what you are doing, to get the wisdom and clarification on a higher level as well, touching on the aspect of sorting out what you do feel around spirituality to actually help you. So again, that's about a choice. So the last card, Leos, Page of Wands. You've got a lot of pages here. So this is all about hidden things. What is hidden? Well, what is hidden is the aspect of starting again in new ventures. Starting again. Maybe starting this new family for some of you, and starting with new children's could be a subconscious aspect. That's why here with the Hangman, one has to go in to tap into your subconscious to see what needed sorted out, to see what choices you're going to make, and see about the newness of your whole life. Now what we generally do now is do a Moonology card just to see what stages you're actually at throughout July. I think for a lot of you that this whole aspect is quite interestingly serious. Do you know what I mean? It's like you have everything, but just moving on kind of thing, in a way of complete reflection on what is real and what's not real. But you've definitely got the ability here to start again. I'm going to use 3 cards for you. Right, so the first phase is going to be, don't let your past hold you back. Don't let your past hold you back. Now that will be very in line with the choice card here of the illusions of what's going on, and are you a shadow of yourself? So this is why you've also got the Magician to magically make things happen, not thinking back of the past but going forward. So you can see moving away but also sorting out little things that need sorting out. So you've also got the end of a tough cycle approaches, full moon in Capricorn. So that's very applicable for some of you, making a major choice to finish the cycle. So what we said here about, yes, you have it all, but we need to go into the newness situation. This, okay? You've also got in July, expect powerful change. Expect powerful change. So when you are making the major choice in life, change will happen, but one has to touch into that. You've got the Sun, that you can communicate positivity to yourself and put a lot of energy in how to approach this major change. And of course you've got the Magician to give you the magic and all the tools that you need to make that powerful change. Now we all know that we have free will and choices. So a lot of you will be doing that for a long time, which is absolutely fine, no problem there, and we have to get the clarity within ourselves. But in order to move fully, because I'll tell you what, if we stay in this predicament, what predicament? That looks really healthy. It is, but it's the end, isn't it? It's the 10. We need to go right. The problem with life is you get your up, you get your down. That's like the Wheel of Fortune, going up and down, up and down. So, but for Leos at the moment, there is an aspect moving away from is going to be powerful change, because you've been given the powerful Lovers card, which is all about choice, how you love yourself and what you can bring to yourself to start again. So I'm going to be so interesting seeing Leo's readings from now on in July. So interesting. Okay, Well, enjoy July, and for some of you that might not resonate at all, but for a lot of you, I'm pretty sure you know where you're going with that. So I'll see you next month, or check out the daily readings, and lots of love to you all. Take care.